Welcome to Resource Intelligence Country Reports. The balance between opportunity and risk is the hallmark of a successful investor. In mining, project risk is quantifiable to all investors by using our resource intelligence calculators to determine the value of a project, any project, based on their pricing assumptions and discounts. But what about country and jurisdictional risk? Horror stories abound. Investors naively believe rule of law is universal. It's not. Neither is infrastructure, nor water, nor power, nor workers. Our objective with country reports is understanding location risk. Our sources are international organizations such as the World Bank, the OECD, CIA World Books, and the Fraser Institute. Today, come with us to Chile as we explore one of the world's misunderstood treasure troves, or, as the OECD Secretary-General describes it, a beacon in Latin America. South America is in a pro-business renaissance. Neighboring Chile are democratically elected, pro-development, international-leaning governments, Peru, Argentina, and Brazil. Free trade is blossoming on the continent and internally with North America, Europe, Asia, and especially China. Chileans prize their democracy. Politically, both the left-of-center coalition and the new majority right-of-center coalition are supportive of the mining industries. The former was in power for 20 years. Vital to all industry, Chile respects the rule of law. In the 1980s, mining law was radically changed to encourage foreign investment in Chile's mining sector. Today, domestic and foreign companies are treated equally. Permitting is fast and final. Think months rather than years. Policy is clear and transparent. Property rights are respected and inalienable. And miners are welcome. Exploration companies are generally granted generous concessions to allow them to recoup their initial capital expenditures in the form of tax cuts and rebates. It works. In 2009, there were 597 mining companies in Chile, from the world's largest to explorers. Exploration companies in Chile enjoy lower taxes than in Canada, Australia, and even China. Most mining in Chile is concentrated in 4 regions that span the arid northern part of the country. These areas of little vegetation are easier and less expensive to explore. Additionally, just 1/10 of the country's population lives in these desert dry areas, but more than 2/3 of the mining concessions are located here. The Antofagasta region alone accounts for approximately 1/4 of the country's mining concessions. In these northern provinces of Chile, investors will find the biggest mining companies in the world: Antofagasta PLC, Codelco, BHP, Xstrata, Anglo American, and recently Quadra, and of course many junior companies at various stages of development. Antofagasta is home to the world's largest producing copper mine. The giant Escondida copper mine is capable of producing 1 million tons of copper annually. That's about 7.1% of global production from only one mine. The world's largest open pit mine is also located in Atacama. When Chuquicamata workers last went on strike, Codelco, the state-owned company that owns this behemoth mine, reportedly lost $8 million in revenues daily. North of Atacama is the Tarapacá region, with many familiar mines including the Collahuasi, Quebrada Blanca, and the Cerro Colorado, all of which are close to the border with Bolivia. Chile's geological potential is huge. In 2009, mining represented 16.4% of GDP, a number that has continued to grow in recent years. Chile produces about 35% of the world's copper and has the largest reserves in the world, not only of copper, but also of rhenium and nitrates. It has the third largest reserves of molybdenum, and Chile also produces significant quantities of gold, silver, zinc, iron ore, lithium, and coal. These deposits are found in a variety of forms, but the largest deposits are usually found in IOCGs, or iron ore, copper, and gold deposits, in porphyries and hydrothermal gold deposits. This Chilean IOCG belt is a ribbon of wealth. Candelaria is here with 470 million tons, and the Manto Verde is here, 350 million tons. It stretches for over 1,200 kilometers from just north of Santiago in the south to the city of Antofagasta in the north, along the coast of Chile. Chile is modern. Chile's population is largely urban. Santiago accounts for almost 40% of the population. Banks, internet, all the amenities exist, as Santiago is the copper capital of the world. Mining spending and taxes have been reinvested wisely to further growth. There are 80,000 kilometers of highway. Rail links towns to ports to cities and highways. 95% of Chile's exports leave the country through its maritime ports. And because the country is so narrow, each port is close to resources and refineries, saving miners millions in transportation. Power is essential to mining operations anywhere, and in Chile, power is available to 97% of the country. Today, we believe water supply is the defining factor in mine development globally. Chile is not an exception. Northern Chile is a vast desert. Therefore, every potential investment must be assessed by its ability to access and pay for its water. Desalination, or removing salt from seawater, appears to be one answer, and numerous desal projects are in progress. Chile is an open economy with a liberal trade regime, including a floating exchange rate, inflation targeting, and importantly, a legislated 1% structural fiscal surplus rule. This surplus acts as a hedge against the vagaries of global commodity prices and provides a buffer to economic crisis. For example, despite the global recession, during which Chile suffered an earthquake 8 times greater than Haiti, Chile had approximately $11 billion of its own money on deposit to respond and rebuild. It's public policy like this that has led to Chile standing as the most resilient economy in Latin America. Chile is the only country in Latin America to be awarded a AA rating by Moody's, and the only country in South America to meet the rigid requirements of the OECD. Chile is a world leader in international trade accords. It has 56 separate free trade agreements with countries. Chile is an outstanding destination for mining and for many other pursuits. It's modern, progressive, and economically responsible. Mining companies are respected. Permitting is fast and transparent. Taxes are fair. Rule of law is respected by all levels of government and the public. And given the geology and its rich history of discovery, we suspect that more bonanzas beckon.